assume you're aware of the overly aggressive arrest and prosecution of Mark Houck, who's a pro-life activist and father of 7 in Philadelphia, based on the fact that he had pushed a protester who a Planned Parenthood escort, rather, as he was demonstrating outside of an area in the Philadelphia region. He pushed this person after this person got in the face of his 12-year-old son and was yelling vile, insulting, demeaning, implicitly threatening things, denigrating his father, denigrating his faith, and yelling vile, sexually suggestive things to his 12-year-old son. So he shelved him. And then, before they knew it, Mr. Houck was facing FACE Act prosecutions. A highly militarized group of DOJ law enforcement showed up to enforce a warrant. They showed up at about 7 a.m. on a Friday morning. And as Houck's wife put it, a SWAT team of about 25 came to my house with about 15 vehicles and started pounding on the door, and then had about 5 guns pointed at my husband, myself, and basically my kids. This concerns me. Mr. Houck ended up facing these charges, and not surprisingly, the jury acquitted him of that. I'm just wondering how it doesn't seem justifiable to me to have that overwhelming show of force for conduct like that. In the meantime, in 2022 and for the first couple of months of 2023, DOJ has announced charges against 34 individuals for blocking access to or vandalizing abortion clinics. And there have been over 81 reported attacks on pregnancy centers, 130 attacks on Catholic churches since the leak of the Dobbs decision, and only 2 individuals have been charged. So how do you explain this disparity by reference to anything other than politicization of what's happening there?
The FACE Act applies equally to efforts to damage, blockade clinics, whether whether they are a pregnancy resource center or whether they are an abortion center. It applies equally in both cases, and we apply the law equally. I will say you are quite right. There are many more prosecutions with respect to the blocking of the abortion centers, but that is generally because those actions are taken with photography at the time, during the daylight, and seeing the person who did it is quite easy. Those who are attacking the pregnancy resources centers, which is a horrid thing to do, are doing this at night, in the dark. We have put full resources on this. We have put rewards out for this. The Justice Department and the FBI have made outreach to Catholic and other organizations to ask for their help in identifying the people who are doing this. We will prosecute every case against a pregnancy resource center that we can make. But these people who are doing this are clever and are doing it in secret. And I am convinced that the FBI is trying to find them with urgency.
Okay. See, my time's expired. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to submit for the record a copy of a letter sent by Representative Andy Biggs from Arizona regarding a case involving Philip Esformes, an individual who was granted clemency by the prior administration and who's now apparently being prosecuted. I hope to discuss this in a subsequent round.